Hello, I am Greg Brizendine. I am a facilitator and a professional coach for people who want to get better at people leadership and better at performance measurement. I think that learning from mistakes is one of the most powerful ways that we do learn. I'm going to tell you about 4 of the biggest blunders I have made as a people leader and what I learned from each one of them. Here is blunder number 3. I call this one, we all have an ego, but we don't have to let it drive. How I knew something had gone wrong. I got crosswise with my direct manager and ended up resigning. What I did to cause it? I let my ego get in the way rather than listening and possibly even learning something new. What I learned, my ego had been triggered. I was not operating from a place of strength and curiosity. I was reacting. I was in defense mode. I learned how to recognize that and back away from it in future situations. I actually wrote a blog post about this if you want to read more about ego and leadership. Okay, back to the story. So not every blunder is easy to point to in the moment. I will be honest, this one took me maybe a year to really wrap my head fully around. A few years ago, I was a leader of a learning and development team. I went through a significant, but totally common, organizational change that led to me reporting to a new leader. Initially, it seemed like a routine adjustment, but pretty quickly, I figured out that my rapport with this new leader was not as seamless as it had been with my previous one. This new leader brought fresh ideas for approaching learning and enablement, but I found myself resisting her vision. Instead of embracing change and adapting, I stubbornly clung to the familiar path, determined to stick to the programs and results I had planned on. Now, if I'm honest, and I try to be, my ego, fueled by years of experience in learning and development, got in the way. This resistance led to a subtle but palpable conflict between me and my manager, where neither of us felt entirely satisfied. Looking back, I know that I missed a valuable opportunity to collaborate and learn from this senior leader. I regret not being more open-minded in embracing new perspectives and insights that this leader brought to the table. Instead, I let my ego obstruct any path that we might have had to mutual growth, learning from each other. The consequences were evident: friction between us, unacknowledged achievements within my team, and eventually my departure from the organization. I decided to resign and move to a different company. It was a tough lesson that I learned about the importance of curiosity and openness to change in leadership. My takeaway from this experience is that I'm now much better attuned to when my ego gets triggered. Now that I recognize that feeling of my ego being triggered, it's easier to stop, breathe, assess the situation, and refrain from taking any ego-driven or defensive action. By the way, that's the same thing. Take a look at the blog post. And instead, encouraging myself to get curious. As a leader, it's crucial that you remain receptive to new ideas and perspectives, even when they challenge your own. Embracing change, reaching for curiosity, is going to land you unexpected opportunities for growth and collaboration. So those are the takeaways I got. What about you? Did you get anything different from it? I'd love to hear, or if you've had a similar experience.